Hello, my Pleiadian loved ones. Welcome back to the Soulmate Journey Empath. This is a very urgent Pleiadian channeled reading. I was actually preparing to record some different content, and as I opened up and cleared up, my primary Pleiadian guide came through and just had a lot to say. So, I kind of am going with the flow. I rearranged what I'm doing. I grabbed the decks that I was told to grab. Um, Ada is with me right now, and um, I'll shuffle the decks as we get into the messages to support this. But ultimately, this is more of a channeling than anything else. So, Ada has come through and is indicating that basically a lot of Pleiadian starseeds have really done the work to empower the throat chakra with all of the advocacy that has been going on among the members of our soul group. It's been powerful, and it has been a contributing catalyst to some of the change that we're observing in the world. Things that are unjust are getting called out, things are getting a second look. And we're thinking bigger picture than we were at the beginning of 2020. So the interesting part is there are problems, there are imbalances with this throat chakra activation. And I'm going to tell you the example that was demonstrated to me. So, a lot of people, my Pleiadian transmissions have really been an empowerment and a call to action, especially those that have been recorded in the last 9 months. And if you actually go back and look at some of the themes and the energies that were coming into play, it's really interesting. And I feel like it's not that difficult to see how navigating that energy got us to the place that we're at right now. But what I'm being told to tell you is while the advocacy is great, a lot of Pleiadians are participating in what is called karma dumping. And karma dumping is when there is a conflict, an obstacle, a challenge, an impasse. And rather than participating in that karmic lesson, receiving the evolution, the expansion, the soul growth from it, it's just like the door slam. And then she says, talk about the INFJ or ENFJ door slam. So a lot of Pleiadians may identify as the Myers-Briggs personality types, ENFJ or INFJ. And there's the J is the part of these archetypal personalities that Ada wants me to draw attention to. The J is for judgment. And really, as we are growing, as we are expanding, as we are receiving these upgrades to our chakra system, one of the ways in which some of our siblings here in the Pleiadian soul group are encountering some of these built-in blockages and obstacles that have a karmic lesson, the way in which we're responding to this, and the example that she told me to demonstrate is social media blocking. A lot of us have, been very active, speaking our divine truth through social media. And that's been a very specific call to action, and an empowerment of our divinity, of the gift of the throat chakra among Pleiadians as a soul group. But we're participating in the creation of karma that takes us further away from our divine self-expression and being in soul alignment, when rather than having the patience, the compassion, and the unconditional love to continue stewarding the light, to those that may disagree, those that may have hateful, what we may call hateful or bigoted beliefs. But what Ada wants me to remind you is that part of light work, part of being the steward of the light, is incorporating shadows. Now, if you were to come into contact with nobody else but other light workers for the rest of your existence, you wouldn't be in alignment. You would not be actively working your soul mission, because you're not integrating shadow. You're not confronting shadow. And this is not just shadow in other people. What Ada is coming through and saying is that the ways in which we feel triggered, we just don't understand, how could somebody think that way? How could somebody feel that way? That's just so not coming, from this place of unconditional love. And there's that intensity behind it that is part of the Pleiadian soul group. The problem is the ways in which we are being triggered by these interactions are really challenging us to live and practice in the frequency of unconditional love. And what I'm being told is a lot of Pleiadians have been doing the balancing, the integration, the healing in the heart chakra, calling in the green light frequency. Now, yes, this connects you to something higher. But what I'm being told, and what I was literally told to present right now, I was told to present pink. You can see I got a lot of pink on. I also have rose gold. Pink and rose gold were specifically, I was told to work with those for this reading by Ada. And the reason for that is pink is heart chakra energy of the highest frequency. It is, Pleiadians as a soul group, we're very much in touch with our inner child. Green heart chakra energy is that inner child vibrance. Pink heart chakra energy is enlightened, mature heart chakra energy. It is where not only are we in touch with our joie de vivre, and our inner child and our sense of wonder and abundance in each moment, and sharing that with others, but it's really applying these concepts from a higher perspective and recognizing that part of our mission is to stay in the dark places, to come from a place of unconditional love and gratitude for coming into that obstacle. Because the people that give us the most resistance, the people who are truly from a higher perspective operating from a place of fear, those are the people who need us the most. All right? There's this component of, really wanting to step up and protect and speak out against things. But, if we're preaching to the choir, if we are wasting all of this time and energy on the like-minded, we're not actively engaging in our soul growth. We are literally creating karmic patterns as a response to these conflicts, to these situations, to these people that we're judging. We're judging them. And this is highlighting to us the places in which we are still healing, the places where we need to level up. And so there is this acknowledgement overall coming through for the Pleiadian soul group that yes, like you're doing it, but don't get so caught up that you're getting out of touch with the bigger picture, following the passion of the moment. Integrate the pink light frequency, that unconditional love of the highest order. And also for some of us, connecting with Archangel Metatron for our personal Akashic legacy, asking about our specific incarnations in the Pleiades. And when you come from a collaborative, a higher vibrational collective, how do you deal with obstacles and challenges? Because we're being asked to apply these upgrades, these lessons that have been incorporated as part of our awakening, as part of declaring our energetic sovereignty, and really speaking up for the energetic sovereignty of others. But if you're constantly in a defensive advocate mode for those that are being marginalized, remember that you are making the most significant impact when you're among people who are not of the same mind, and that this is challenging you to bring that light in, regardless of the challenge that you see, regardless of the resistance. This is applying that pink light frequency, that informed, higher dimensional, mature, unconditional love that reminds us that this resistance is the product of fear and blockages. Everyone is on a soul journey, each and every one of us. And we have to, in claiming our divinity, in claiming our sovereignty, in claiming our light, we have to acknowledge that not everyone is going to be at the same place, will develop at the same pace, will have the same type of lessons and karma. So it's really challenging you to level up the heart chakra and the throat chakra, which are the two that we get energetic upgrades and empowerment to, belonging to the Pleiadian soul group. So that was a lot, but all right, that's it. So I want to go ahead and open up with some messages from the Star Temple Oracle. This I picked up on my hiatus. I went into one of my favorite metaphysical stores. Happened to be in Port Townsend, Washington State in the U.S. And was just instantly drawn to this deck. And then I opened it up and I looked at it, and it is 100% Pleiadian. So I am so very happy that the guides, really connected me with the energies of this deck for us, because I think that it is so very powerful, and I think that is going to be powerful for you as well, my Pleiadian siblings. So, and also Ada's still coming through. She says, keep shuffling and speak. She's coming through and indicating that, any of these blockages, these triggers that we're experiencing right now, from resistance, from bigotry, from ignorance, so to speak, is that, it's triggering painful memories, especially in that heart chakra, and triggering pre-awakening scars that are indicating the places where you are still healing. As a member of our soul group, and as a divine being with karma from multiple incarnations. So, all of this goes back to getting in touch with that inner child. And she says, I'm just going to finish it by saying, does your inner child steward the light, or is your inner child a playground bully. And this is a powerful statement because there is this element of self-accountability in the way that we are perceiving and processing and believing about this resistance that we are running into. And she says, like, zoom out to the big picture. This is just integrating and balancing shadow and light. All right. How many more questions here? This is it. Thank you. Messages for our Pleiadian soul group. Oh my gosh. At the bottom of the deck here we have the energy of Merope, and this is number 39. 3 and 9 adding to 4, carrying the numerological vibration of the number 4, which is all about foundation, stability. And again, you know, a lot of karmic cycles are wrapping up collectively and for each of the soul groups. But really what is happening is, as we are shifting to 5D Earth, as we are being awakened and we're being challenged to apply all of these concepts, there are things about our very foundation that we are being challenged to release because they're old paradigms. Sorry about that, my loves. My stepdaughter is 19 and she is in her final week of basic training for the Air Guard. And so it was her weekly phone call, her calling from Texas, and I didn't want to miss that. So I apologize for the interruption. Back to the message. We have the energy of Merope. This is number 39, 3 and 9, adding to 12. 12, 1 and 2, adding to 3 in numerology. This is co-creation. This is integration. This is collaboration with the divine, and the energy of Merope, the medicine woman. Healing. Healing. I nurture and nourish my mind, body, and soul. So, you know, we're really being asked, you know, what parts of us are being triggered to heal by these responses that we're having as we're out there doing this light working mission. When we hit resistance, when we hit shadows, what shadows of ours need to be integrated and healed? And let's see what comes through here. We had a flipper already. What messages do we have from our Pleiadian star family? What messages do we have coming through from our Pleiadian star family? Oh, we got some more flyers here. Wow. And at the bottom, we have the energy of Tegeta, number 28, 2 and 8, adding to 10. This is a karmic completion, the 7 sister circle. Sisterhood enriches my life. This is all about having each other, us having each other, supporting one another energetically as a soul group. And again, this goes back to that message that we are all being triggered in this way to be able to heal our tendency as a soul group to do this karma dumping, to just shut the door on someone and just be like, you know what, F this, I'm not going to deal with this. I don't have to deal with this. Okay. So it's different from having boundaries that come from a place of unconditional love. All right. So let me get these cards that fell. All right. And again, here we have the energy of Tegeta coming through, the triple star grid. This is number 26, 2 and 6, adding to 8 in numerology. 8 has the vibration of putting in work, of making positive movement forward. And it's accumulation as well. It's accumulation of concepts, of knowledge, of wisdom as you're going through this cycle. align. I connect and align with my higher consciousness. So again, here is this message about bringing in what is higher, okay? We have mastered the green light frequency. Now is time to apply what we've learned and really get in there to integrate and incorporate the pink and the rose gold light frequencies. This rose gold light frequency is really interesting because what it does is it transforms the solar plexus chakra from that yellow, bright, bold energy with the pink light frequency, with this frequency of the highest, most mature, unconditional love. And it transforms the light coming out of the solar plexus chakra for us Pleiadians from gold to rose gold. This is a leveling up, but it's requiring work. And again, we're talking about triple star grid alignment. So really, we're getting triggered to figure out where we still need to process, to heal, to transmute energies so that we can truly be in alignment and have that balanced, integrated, and healed throat chakra so that we can truly be the messengers and the channels of our divine self-expression and of the divine truth that we share collectively as a soul group. So this is putting in the work to get to that place of alignment. And then next we have Merope's energy, number 38, 8 and 3, adding to 11. This is divine guidance, pointing out to you where you are still hurt and damaged. And it says shame. I no longer hide my face. I step into my light with love. So this is not shutting the door on those obstacles. It's allowing them to wash over us like waves. And we're finding the flow of this energy and allowing ourselves to be present in it. You know, what about the things that people are saying, the responses, their paradigms? What about it invokes this sense of hurt, of shame in you? And you're being divinely guided to pay attention with the vibration of the number 11 to what these triggers are so that you can process them and come into better alignment. And look at aligning, and this is throat chakra energy as well. So putting in that work, to balance. And look, as the card flipped, it said, yes, there's an imbalance in it presently for us collectively. All right. This is beautiful. Next, we have the energy of Alcyone. This is number 7. 7 is all about work, boundaries, persistence. I can't help but notice, and it came out earlier with the channel messages from Ada, there is a difference between exercising healthy boundaries, coming from a place of unconditional love, and literally slamming the door and saying, F this, I don't have to deal with that. Like, oh my God, what is wrong with that person? and this is the kind of energy that we're really working through collectively. But this is wishcraft. That's all about power and transmutation. I attract a steady flow of abundance. Steady flow of abundance. This is also, to me, showing that work being put in to get to this beautiful, balanced, and aligned throat chakra. So throat chakra overall triggers, they're triggering us to feel guilty, to feel ashamed, to feel less than. But we can manifest our perspective. We are being called upon to integrate, to bring in that pink light frequency, to transform the solar plexus, which, for Pleiadians, the solar plexus has to be in alignment, as well as the heart. in order for, you know, the throat chakra to be very cleansed, to be very open, to be very integrated and aligned. And, you know, what our attention is really being drawn to at this point is we have the crude elements, you know, and we're working through that, putting in that work ultimately to get to this finished product. But what that is requiring of us is some more solar plexus chakra work. And I love this. The completion is coming in though. Here we have number 10. So this is a completion in the beginning of a new cycle, again with the energy of Alcyone. And this is Aethusa, sun goddess. Lift off. I open my senses to feel delicious pleasure and passion. So, you know, I can't help but notice, again, we have some solar plexus energy coming in. But healing is going to really allow you to address these imbalances that are affecting your ability to engage with your divine truth and your divine self-expression. And this liftoff, this completion is really going to take place once you recognize that all of those things that are making you feel triggered, that are making you have an emotional response when you hit these obstacles in your light work, that this is for your growth, this is for your evolution, to be a better, more powerful steward of the light. So absolutely amazing messages. And again, at the bottom of the deck here, this completion, this is us together. This is us as a soul group, as a circle. And 7 sisters, 7 chakras. Can't help but love the synchronicities there. So next, I want to get into the Starseed Oracle. Again, the specific decks I was called to, Ada said they're heavy with the pink light frequency. That is why, you know, I have pink all over the place, as I was told that is what we need right now. And you may not be able to see it. It's just off camera, but I have some LED lights that can turn several different colors, and they are the palest, most beautiful pink white at this time. For the Pleiadian soul group, what messages do we need for our healing, growth, and evolution, for alignment? And I'm being brought back to reminding you that, you know, if you are, actually engaging in this INFJ, ENFJ door slam, when, you know, you feel so susceptible to the energies of people that are in their shadows, you know, you're really being asked to recognize that having that hyper emotional response is indicative that there is something that is out of alignment. Okay. And when we think of soul groups and soul group karma in terms of the Akashic Records, there are ways in which the characteristics of a soul group, the karma, can be integrated very, very well. And there are other ways in which it is out of alignment that are characteristic. Okay. So, wow. Here we have forge, don't follow, pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. Be the leader you wish you had. So think about those times when you have been in this very childlike energy, in this curious yet ignorant energy. What was it, you know, that challenged you? Here, look at all this purple and indigo, crown and third eye chakra energy. The divine is what got you to that green path, to see the abundance, to see the beauty, to see the divinity. And basically, you know, what I'm being told, what's coming through for us right now is that whenever you're closing the door on these people, these energies, these situations, you're just being a follower. You're being a follower of the path of least resistance. But the path of least resistance results in taking you further out of alignment from your divine truth, from your soul. So this is a challenge, you know. This is a challenge to be in that frequency, to be in that energy, to provide the guidance and wisdom. Looking back, think of those mentors, think of those catalytic experiences that you've had in your life. And, you know, the gratitude, the transformation that happens as a consequence of those relationships. Be those people for others is really what the challenge is here. It's what we're all being called to do, is really, you know, stepping into our divinity from an enlightened place. Oh my gosh, at the bottom of the deck, we have the energy of lost lands. And this is a portal. This is a portal. Lost lands, soul memories, and gifts. You've done this before. What did I say going way back? You know, this pink light frequency is a great way to connect with Archangel Metatron. Get into your past lives. How did we collectively engage these obstacles when we were incarnate in the Pleiades? What is the essence of the way in which our light is meant to navigate and permeate through the shadows? You know, trying to ground this in right now is difficult for all of us, because we literally need to connect with the feeling of what it was like to just go with it without these old restrictive karmic blockages, paradigms, beliefs, energies that have come into this incarnation. And getting back in touch, going through that portal to the past is the portal that is going to take you into the future energy. So that's absolutely beautiful. Oh my gosh, portal, boom, doors are opening. Doors are opening. You decide. You decide. You decide. I open my senses. This is a choice. Witchcraft. This is a choice. It is putting in the work through actively making these choices. So absolutely beautiful confirmations coming through for us here. And again, yeah, look at the light codes coming through. Do you notice all of that pink? Do you notice all of that pink? Just take it in for a moment. This is an initiation. This is an initiation to complete one karmic cycle and begin a whole new one. And here we go. Weight of the world. Boundaries. Let it go. It's not yours to carry. So this is the difference in boundaries, okay? You know, boundaries coming from a place of awareness and unconditional love versus like, oh, hell no. We're being asked to transmute that lower vibrational energy in us, to confront it and ask, where does that come from? Why do I feel that way? You know, there's something being triggered that is ashamed or hurt that, you know, is really creating the repetition of this karmic program in each of us. And, you know, in each of our lives, that's going to look different. But the consequence and the karmic pattern that we created collectively is what unites us in this. Okay. And so here's the thing. We each, as divine souls, living a human experience, each of our soul groups all have ascension as an underlying objective for the most part. But each of us has a different agency, has a different role to play in the evolution from a 3D collective to a 5D collective. And like when I get this weight of the world and boundaries, some of you may also be Orion starseed, specifically from Elnatak or Mintaka. But really, like what I'm getting is some of you may also be Alpha Centaurians, and Alpha Centaurians are the knights. They are the protectors. They're the sentinels. They protect groups of people. For Pleiadians, our gift is divine communication. We are supposed to put this information out into the collective. And yeah, there should be some degree of 3D follow through. But what I'm getting for a lot of you is like some of these things you are taking so personally that you are being asked to examine. Boundary issues typically are an imbalance with the heart chakra and the solar plexus chakra big time. Where is it where your boundaries are flimsy, and where is it that your boundaries are door slams? But you're also being reminded, because this is almost, it's a difficult message to deliver, because it's almost like we're being scolded, but I'm being told it only feels like we're being scolded because of that solar plexus, because it triggers shame, and we should have no shame. Don't hide your face. This is a redirection. This is, whereas typically these blueprints are being delivered, okay, they need maintenance. This is maintenance to the blueprint that we are delivering as Pleiadian starseeds. And every part of this, including these impasses that we're finding ourselves at, are divinely orchestrated for us to surmount them with that energy and persistence of the vibration of the number 7 together as a collective, as a Pleiadian soul group, just like the 7 sisters. Here we are going through being triggered as we awaken to balance, integrate, and align our physical body, our mental body, our emotional body, our spiritual body. This is all part of it. This is beautiful. Courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. And again, there's more about letting yourself be seen with the shame message as well. I no longer hide my face. Okay? For those of us that have found ourselves like, oh, I'm done. I'm just going to block that person. There is an element of shame that is holding you back from patiently engaging that energy. You just are so triggered by it, you don't want to deal with it at all. But there's nothing about you that you should be ashamed of. And in speaking your truth and authenticity from a place of the highest unconditional love in terms of social justice, you are leading by example and helping those others to release and transmute the shame that they are carrying. All right? Shame is a heavy, lower vibrational energy, and we all engage it. We all engage all of these energies at all times. It's how much of it do we entertain? Do we devote our soul's energy to? So you know, there's this aspect of healing and balancing the solar plexus, as we are all doing, collectively, so that not only are we healing our wounds, but we're coming from an enlightened and awakened place to help others heal theirs. So, and this is like, I can't help but notice, you know, here we have a lot of floral iconography, which is blossoming, blooming, maturing from the mastery of the green light frequency to the integration of the pink. And I love this. It's so beautiful. As we are growing, you know, I think of, here we're in Leo's season as well, which is, you know, young adulthood. Leo is when we're forging our identity, when we're figuring out our pride and confidence. And I've noticed in my Starseed readings, I'm a Leo. I'm actually born on the 8-8 Lion's Gate, with a Syrian alignment. But have a Pleiadian origin. That's what my soul's made of. And I see so many Pleiadians that have some type of Leo contact in their Starseed astrology. So this is really a time to upgrade that heart, to upgrade that solar plexus, and thus upgrade the throat chakra as we're stepping into the pinnacle of Leo's season. So yeah, that just takes me back to flowers unfolding. The plant is growing, it's maturing, as are our hearts. So that's beautiful. Stop overthinking it. Face your true north. You're already doing it. Yeah. Don't beat yourself up. There should be absolutely no shame. This is all part of our collective growing and learning process. There is no shame, you know? And yeah, there is a healthy way to set boundaries when you don't really want to entertain these energies heavily. Think about it in terms of the people in your life that have really triggered you, especially related to social justice issues in the last year. My little trick, and I feel like it comes from a more awakened place. I personally think that it's petty to block people on social media. You can unfollow people. You can choose not to go and look at what they have to say or whatever, as putting a healthy boundary and some distance between it. But when you're just like, there is something about it that you're not wanting to confront, you're not wanting to deal with. And look, here I just split the deck. And I already got that card from the bottom, but something's like, just split it. Come out of the cave. You are not being persecuted. Persecution expression. Okay? This is transmuting that energy. You're hiding in a cave when you literally are like, no, you know, and you don't even want to engage with people that don't agree with you or that challenge something that you feel so very passionately about. You know, you're retreating from the situation when you know, ENFJ, INFJ door slam the situation. And your voice is meant to be shared. It's meant to be heard. And then here we have the Akasha. The Akasha. Your guidance. Yeah, your guidance is divinely guided. Again, connecting with the Akasha. Connecting with Metatron to be able to, you know, empathically reconnect with that energy and remember what it felt like to live as a Pleiadian. And from that healed, awakened, and enlightened place, how did we collectively engage these challenges? And look, get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitive empaths. Yeah, highly sensitive empaths. So again, boundaries. How do you do healthy boundaries? You release something. You transmute the lower vibrational energy. And, you know, I like to offer prayers or send energy to people. If somebody pops into my head, you know, and we all are living a very human experience. So like none of us is entirely divine, right? This is something that we're getting back in touch with, that we're trying to realign with. And, you know, I'll find myself thinking about a certain person or people like a certain kind of way. And then I notice that it's judgment. Because what did we talk about earlier? The ENFJ and INFJ, what's the common link? Judgment. Is that judgment ours to make? Is it judgment or discernment? So, yeah, it's really interesting. Oh my God. And the bottom, initiation. What did I say about the portal? Yeah, this is very, very divinely orchestrated moment here. Very divinely orchestrated moment. But anyway, what I will do, and again, here we have that initiation coming through on the bottom. Initiation through that portal. And what do we have here? Oh my God. This is what this portal is designed to help us do. Soul retrieval. This is ending those karmic blockages. See, a cycle is coming to an end here. We have the iconography of an eclipse. Okay. Or moon cycles, however you choose to see it here. But again, this is a huge karmic completion for us collectively. And part of this soul retrieval is getting in touch with the Akashic force, getting in touch with that pink light frequency, allowing it to come in and trigger and cleanse what still needs to be released. Karmic patterns that have brought shame, that have brought pain, that have brought guilt. It is time to declare your energetic sovereignty and let go of these old paradigms, these old foundational paradigms, because you know better. They are just additional layers that we have to pull back in seeking the truth, in seeking the light, and in being stewards of the light. You know, this is a soul journey. It's not an isolated awakening event. It is a process. And some people may complete that process in this lifetime. Realistically, we've all started this process a very long time ago. And, you know, we contract to lose those soul memories for our own growth, to be able to develop and realign in our lifetimes. And so anything, all these old paradigms, shame, pain, guilt, insecurities, those things, again, tons of pink here coming through. The cycles of perpetuating those karmic programs have come to a close. There is no room for them as we move forward into a 5D timeline. So cut those lower vibrational energies away from you. Cut the ones that you have taken into your personal energetic field, in your heart, your mind, your soul, that no longer serve you. So you can truly be that divine being, that steward of the light. Here we have unbound. I love it. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, past lives. There we go. There we go. You have to access them in order to figure out how to release this, to make sense of it, to process it, to transmute that energy. And again, you can transmute this energy when you're feeling some kind of way about somebody. You stop yourself. You remind yourself. This lower vibrational energy that is triggering me from this person is coming from a place of fear. It's not coming from an awakened place. Have we always been awake? No. We need to look at these others that we are dealing with in their inner child essence. And that will release us and release them and allow us to ascend. Allow us to ascend. Some of you may actually be doing cord cutting, intentions on the new moon for a manifestation on the full moon here. Can't help but notice that. But yeah, this is releasing yourself. And thus, it's also releasing all of us together so we can continue ascending. We can continue evolving, and we can continue healing. This is beautiful. Sisterhood of the Rose. Beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Sisterhood. Here we go back to the 7 sisters. And Ada says, go ahead and talk about it. One of the beautiful things is this rose imagery, this flower unblooming. This is us growing. This is us being very in touch with cycles here in the collective, flowing in on this Leo energy and taking us from childhood into young adulthood. It's just so very symbolic on so many levels. But it's a time to blossom. It's a time to grow. And again, getting in touch with your divinity, because part of this natural light working mission is that by living in and expressing your soul's authentic truth, you're thus teaching and inspiring the others that you come into contact with. And this is how you are seeding light and helping the collective ascend. Wow. So very powerful. And again, 7 sisters. One of the things that's popping into my head, and you know, this is not an advertisement by any measure. I happen to drive a Subaru, and I love my car. And I love all of the nonprofit investment that Subaru does as an automotive manufacturer. As a matter of fact, you know, my sensitivity is so much that I like get happy tears where I'm touched when I watch Subaru commercials. So, you know what's really interesting is I was looking at my grill and I was like, huh, there's 7 stars there. It kind of looks like the Pleiades. So I looked into it. Yeah, literally. Subaru is the Pleiades. The logo is inspired by the Pleiades. Subaru is what they call the Pleiades in Japan. Love. It's a Subaru. Love. It's Pleiadian. I know I'm corny. Just remember that. Just remember that for yourself and for others. It is our soul essence. It is the beauty. It is our magic. And it is our light, which is ours to invest in, to foster, to steward, and to protect. So let's see what light codes are going to come in for us. I'm using the secret language of light. Oh my gosh. At the very bottom, ask your soul. And here again, another number 7. All of these Pleiadian synchronicities. All of these Pleiadian synchronicities. And I get you're going to get these light codes coming in, and it's going to involve some soul retrieval, some soul memories that are really going to help you wrap up this karmic cycle, to transmute these energies, and to actively be manifesting karma in a new direction for us. So this is beautiful. Again, getting in touch with your higher self, getting in touch with our Pleiadian soul group collectively, and with our guides, with our star family, to really be getting into the ways in which we can work this mission. So let's see what activations want to come through. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I didn't go through the whole deck. Let's see what else comes out. Anything else gonna come out? Oh my gosh. Okay. Here, put in the work. Visualize. Visualize this healing coming in. Look at the pink light frequency coming in here with the lotus. And all of the ways in which, look at, this is a smaller being growing up, leveling up, evolving, where this pink light is coming in to heal the throat chakra and the solar plexus. Here is your activation. Visualize this healing light, these codes coming in, washing over you, filling your energetic and light centers, and healing and upgrading you on the most deep level. Absolutely beautiful. All right. Wow. Next, we have alignment. This carries the vibration of the number 5. Fives are about hidden opportunities in challenges and obstacles. Clarity, discernment, and truth, right? We said discernment instead of judgment. I always think of the Ace of Swords energy as being discernment. And this discernment is coming in from the higher realms. And again, we have solar plexus energy here. I also see the sword as coming in and really helping to do this energetic cord cutting and soul retrieval. It's almost like a tool that you are going to be using, or that you are developing at this time, with the vibration of the number 5. Wow, look at this. I love this. Again, the frequency of the number 10, a completion and a new beginning. Soul craft. You are crafting, healing, and balancing the rest of that solar plexus chakra. That is where you are feeling triggered. And sometimes it's giving you a frog in your throat, where you're running away from situations where you could be spreading the light because of guilt, shame, or insecurity, because of triggering. But this is a completion. And alignment, that has been common thread throughout this reading. And this is absolutely beautiful. Number 31 is carrying the energy of the number 4, which is foundational, divine, feminine energy. This is challenging us to approach persons, situations, and karmic contracts with empathy and discernment. Empathy. Seeing ourselves in others. Seeing our spiritual childhood and adolescence reflected back in the level of growth of the people that we're dealing with, and having compassion, empathy, and mercy to recognize what season of soul growth they're in and how much they need us to nurture them and lovingly guide their way to the light, to be that teacher that we wish we would have had. Wow, these are very powerful activations. Now, I also want to get into how are we going to see these things play out? What is this going to look like in our 3D reality? For that, I will be using the Light Seers Tarot. And I really like using it for the 3D because it helps us. I think it has a great balance of shadows and light. And really, in the third dimension, in the third realm, where we find ourselves in the day-to-day, that is the challenge of our soul journey, is to ground everything that we are learning, that is expanding, that's being upgraded to us, and really integrating it into our reality. So I love this deck, the energy of the Light Seers Tarot. I also love the Muse Tarot. Ordered them both back to back, and until they both didn't realize that Chris Ann created both decks. Absolutely love them. They really, really speak to me as having a Pleiadian origin. And they complement the Starseed and Work Your Light Oracle energetically so very well. How are we going to be grounding the light in 3D for the Pleiadian soul group? How will we be going through this initiation and rite? What will it look like for us collectively? Messages of the highest frequency with the pink light for our greatest development and good. All right, let's see what we have here. Oh my gosh. The Hermit's energy is coming through on the bottom. It's like when we're feeling ashamed, when we're feeling triggered, we're like pulling that light back. And look at this, blocked off in the solar plexus chakra. Not in, and look at all this throat chakra energy too. It's just, there are no coincidences. So this may be, you've been like, okay, I'm going to pull back. I'm going to connect with the divine. I'm going to retreat to my mountain and try to get a higher perspective on this. For some of you, you are literally going to be pulling back your energy from things where it's not about what anyone has said or done to you. It's about where you see you have invested in your energy and you're displeased with the way that you invested it. There's self-accountability here. And it's very individual with the number 9. This is recognizing that these patterns, that these things that you are seeing happening that are triggering you so very deeply in the collective, in other people, in the circles that we're in romantic partnerships and friends and family, whatever that is, this is meant to awaken and trigger something in you to show you where you are still healing. So let's see. How is this going to look in 3D for my Pleiadians? How is this going to look in 3D for my Pleiadians? How is this going to look in 3D for the Pleiadian soul group? And that's it. Oh my gosh, look it. I love this. This is literally going to karmically balance the scales. And what have we been talking about with cycle completions and alignment, divinely guided? This also, I love this deck again, because look at this integration of shadow and light. You coming into balance, you coming into alignment. And here's another card of balance, Temperance. Okay. So I love it too, because when we look at the astrological characteristics associated with both of these cards, okay, Libra is all about dualities and balancing seemingly opposing forces integrating light and shadow. And it's divine guidance here with the number 11. Temperance. And this is Libran energy as well with justice. Temperance. Temperance is the energy of expansion, of moderation, of balance, of a balanced approach. Again, balancing and integrating light and dark. Wow. Just very, very powerful messages. Oh my God. Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay. So what I have here is we have 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords energy. You are literally like, I am sick of these old paradigms. I am tired of how painful it is, you know, to be fighting the good fight. And I keep hearing fighting the good fight because that's how we identify with our soul mission. So fighting the good fight, it's been painful. It's been psychologically exhausting. And this 5 of Swords energy is very much that, nope, I'm done. You know what I mean? Bye, Felicia. It's that energy of like, nope, I'm at my limit and I'm walking away. Okay, this is also letting us know, why do we do that? It's coming from a place of heartbreak that needs healing. And look at the cords coming out. There is some cord cutting involved in resolving. I see these red cords as karmic contracts. So very, very interesting energy. But what I also see is this Magician energy, which is beautiful, which is really co-creating. We had so many messages come through from the Oracle decks about alignment and co-creation. And here's this new cycle that is beginning. But what I love the most about the energy of the Magician is an alchemist. The Magician transmutes these lower vibrational energies and creates something beautiful. And is ready to manifest and create this 5D reality. So this is beautiful energy for us. And again, here we have this infinity symbol, a lot of solar plexus chakra. The timing is meant to be during Leo season. Divinely guided. Yeah, because all of this information is going to be coming in with this 8 of Wands. With this 8 of Wands. And when I think of the 8 of Wands, I usually don't think of this, but what I'm being told right now is this is from like 7 spirit guides as well as your higher self. Again, 8, momentum, putting in the work, transformation. This is also about communication. Putting in the work, integrating all of your energetic centers to create this white light in your communication. And look at the pink, and again, the solar plexus, allowing that pink to come in and transform you, balanced with, again, 7, the Chariot, and being able to move forward, integrating, balancing, moving forward with a balanced, aligned sense of light and shadow. Well, what is this going to do for us? Bring us into this 3 again, 3 and 7, 3 and 7 keep coming up all over this reading. And 3 and 7 add to 10. That's a completion. But look at the Pleiades. Again, here's this sisterhood, this camaraderie, 3 of Cups. Ultimately, this is bringing in alignment for all of us together. The work that each of us is doing individually. You know, in this Hermit energy, is bringing in this Three of Cups energy for all of us. So this is beautiful. This is beautiful. And this is support, okay, coming through as well. What is the outcome of this? This is soul alignment. This is not just having your own personal foundational sense of soul alignment, but having foundational balance, stable relationships in your life that flow in alignment. So ultimately, having this wands energy be coming out at the end of the reading, I notice here, look, both of these folks, they happen to be feminines. So again, feminine. But here's this yellow, like solar plexus energy, but both of them don't hide. They have no shame. They let their tummy show. That is a very vulnerable part of everyone's body. But the fire has come in. The light, the pink light has come in, and it's cleansed, it's upgraded, and it's aligned. And that shame is gone because there's this camaraderie, this connection, and this Three of Cups plus the Four of Wands here, that's a 7, another 7. So there are so many signs and synchronicities that are floating. Oh my God. And there's the bottom of the deck, the Wheel of Fortune. Again, expansive energy, Sagittarian energy. Wow. Here's confidence restored with the Six of Wands, Leo energy. After integrating shadows, after facing shadows alone with the moon, integrating shadows and light. Wow, what is this going to lead to? Ultimate happiness. The Ten of Cups. I'm going to leave that there because I just don't see how this reading could get any better. So, just really be your own inner alchemist, transmute those energies. If there was a point in this reading, when I connect with Ada's energy, it's so balanced. It's like it can come across when you still have wounds as being very blunt. And it used to trigger me a little bit. And as I'm working with this more and more myself, I find that I just see it as guidance and not, I don't carry anything personally triggering away from it. So just know that not only from our Pleiadian family, from my guide Ada, but from me, Jamie, as a reader, all of these messages that have come through today have come through with the deepest, most committed, most supportive, unconditional love. They've all come in from that pink light frequency. All right. So I want to close out with some messages from the Nari Anastasia Starseed Oracle. Love these little cards. They're just so beautiful. And Ada says just pick the pink one. So we're just going to spread it open. We got a lot of blue there, some purple. Ooh, there's pink. Okay, these two. What else do we have? I just want to show you guys because I just do what I'm told around here. I just do what I'm told. So we're looking for any more pink because those are our, oh my gosh. These two were wrong side out, so they were meant to come for us. And there's one more. Wow. This is quite a few messages. OMG. Trying to get them straight, and it's like, obviously, there are coincidences. That's on the bottom. Inner alchemy. Inner alchemy. Inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. Inner alchemy. Man, sometimes I just start to giggle when I connect with Ada, because it's just like, oh, geez. Oh. Okay. First out, we have reflection. Reflection. It's the card of triggering. Reflection. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of one who mirrors your hidden self. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of one who mirrors your hidden self. Triggers. Transcendence. Transcendence. Transcend your mind's limitation and allow your soul's light to truly shine. Transcendence. Transcend your mind's limitations and allow your soul's light to truly shine. Wow. This is choice. By staying conscious in your thoughts, you guide your journey in the direction of choice. This is your agency here, choice. Staying conscious in your thoughts. This one here is absolutely beautiful. Got the pink light coming in. Actually, this was a flipper. This was vibration. Your vibration is being raised to higher levels. You are connected to cosmic intelligence. Okay. So this is literally the unfolding, the leveling up, the spiritual maturity, the light work maturity, as well as connecting to the Akashic force. And I love it because I wouldn't have picked this, right? I was told take all the pink ones. But there were two of them that were flipped so that I could see the pink. Vibration. Light. I love this. So much very light pink here. Light. It is time to reveal your radiant light to the world. How are you hiding it when you get triggered? It's time to transmute those energies that are being reflected to you for you to transcend them and use, that inner alchemy. Two more messages. Fruition. Fruition. And look at the mandala here again. I think of cycles. Rest assured, your dreams and visions will come to fruition. Rest assured, your dreams and visions will come to fruition. And last but not least, I just love it. I love you, Ada. Thank you so much. Patience to go with this, temperance on the balancing here. I love it. Patience. Be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. So this is patience with yourself and with others, that you are engaging in the collective as you are embracing your light working starseed mission and speaking out against injustice and the exploitation of others. So I encourage you to work with rose quartz, work with the color pink. There are all kinds of different gems and stones that are available out there that work with pink. So just be prepared for that light code to come in and for the transformative power that it is going to have. Create safe space for yourself. Love and nurture yourself energetically. and just recognize that we are healing, transmuting, and releasing these energies to continue ascending together. So, as always, my beautiful galactic family, I love you all so very much. And during this time of leveling up and healing, I am sending you all so much belief, strength, love, and light. Bye bye.